Hey, what's up guys? Footy Manager TV here, and today I have got another Football Manager Arsenal Let's Play for you. And you probably can notice a couple things right here. I've changed actually the pounds, the sterling pounds as it's called. I thought it was just called pounds, but it says UK pounds sterling. I believe that's the correct one. And look at SI right here, Sports Interactive. Definitely interactive. Look how much different currency they got in the game, bigger than any other football game, comparing to FIFA at least. Look how much. Yeah, that's definitely another reason they're just so in depth, like compared to career mode and all that kind of thing. And of course, I resigned from Australia. I wasn't feeling it. And also going into this Let's Play right now, I'm gonna start doing like heaps of matches in my series, or in the episodes, I guess, in this series. I know a lot of people who do the Football Manager series, they don't really show lots of games. Even some people, they skip. Some people do updates every year. I've just watched a couple people do that, but yes, people have different ways to go because obviously it's a bit bigger. But I'm going to try and show lots of matches in my episodes, not lots of matches in an episode. I mean, I'm going to show you a lot of games within the series. I'm not going to skip every couple months or something. I'm going to do heaps of matches so you can really feel into the career or into the series, I should say. And yeah, that should be more enjoyable. But anyway, I'll go into the next match. But also, yeah, there's something else I wanted to show you. And of course, in the pounds, the prices are lower, so you'll see that differently. As I said, with the players' contracts running out next season, this is the best. You've got to talk to them, say you want to make a move for them. And then I did with Muniain, and he's looking for a move. Same with Ter Stegen as well. There's heaps of those, and there's quite a few. I see Garay, he's offered to me as well. And it says make a transfer offer, but really, I'm just going to wait until he runs out of his contract. But obviously, some of them get bored in January or something. Or maybe I can get him for even cheaper in January, but ideally, they'll be unhappy and they won't want to renew their contract and they'll just want to leave on a free transfer. And look, Doumbia looking to leave as well. De Vrij, so there's Bar also. Austin, he's a really realistic target. We don't really need a striker, but like I said, I sold Giroud and then he made that profit because we got in Lassina Traore on a free, and he's a solid striker and he's more realistic to come because right now he's playing for Burnley, I should say, in the Championship. They went up to the Premier League, and he really impressed me last season in the Premier League, scoring 15 goals, which a team that just got dominated pretty much. They were the worst team, clearly. And yeah, he scored 15 goals in the league. I'll just show you something from last season. If I go to the stages and go to the last season, and yeah, where are we? Burnley. How much goals did they score? They scored 37. He scored 15 of their 37 in the league, so that's a reliable amount. And yeah, look at, if you see here, who's that? Reading or Wigan? Yeah, Wigan only scored 32 goals. They're pretty lucky to stay up that much, but their defense was solid, only conceding 47. So that wasn't a bad effort by them. No doubt they played a defensive formation. But now, moving into the match against Everton, this is a very crucial match actually. If I show you right now, they're just on top of us there, and if we win, or even if it's a draw, yeah, we need to win to go on top of them, I'm pretty sure. But we'll still have the game in hand ahead of them. But ideally, I just want to win. And look at this Pablo Sarabia, 8.85 rating in the Premier League so far. He's finally lifting. He's got 3 assists within those as well. He's just really lifting, and we really need that for him. But hopefully, he can continue to put in his good performance. As you can see, 3 assists, 1 goal, and 2 player of the matches in his first 2 appearances in the league. So I've got to be happy with that. I sorted my team already, and like I said, I'll leave it like that. But I bring in Ramsey and Tater, and I put Wilshere to defensive mid and took out Garmash because he got a bad reaction to me applying that interest into one of the players. And yeah, and I also added this goals thing here so you can see who's got the most goals for us. So hopefully you can really, I don't have to click into every single player so you can see who's got the most goals for us. So that might be a handy thing. Obviously for defenders, it doesn't matter, but a couple of the defenders has done well. But yeah, that's one of the things, but I can change it to anything else. But I find goals, people want to know who scored my most goals, and you can see that. Walcott 2, Falcao, I'm giving him, I don't know, because I want to give Lassina Traore a chance. Yeah, that's a second decision, a late decision before the match, because I wanted to make a difference. I wanted to give Lassina Traore a chance, but Falcao, superb morale and scored 3 goals already. Yeah, have to go with him. And it looks better as you go out through the season. Like then you can see like Falcao 20 goals when you're going to the end of the season or something like that. Yeah, it's a better indication, and also it's good for me picking my attacking players because obviously putting players that have done well in terms of goal scoring is very good. They signed Peter Crouch, but their midfield isn't amazing if you ask me. You've got Oviedo in there, Darren Gibson, Diame, and Trippier. It's not amazing if you ask me. And the defense as well. Braffheid, Heitinga, Jagielka, and Steinson. That's nothing too impressive if you ask me. And in attack, Peter Crouch and Naismith, it's nothing too amazing, especially 3 seasons in now. A couple of those older players like Crouch, they're obviously going to be declining in their attributes. So I'm just going to keep Peter Crouch, and that's pretty much it. No, just make sure he's always marked because he's still going to be dangerous for those headers, but same with Naismith as well. Any attacking position, pretty much, you do what I'm doing exactly right here. But everything else, you just leave it. And hopefully can continue on a very good form. Look at all this superb morale. It's just fantastic. And Chiletto, the big money signing, we basically replaced Jovino. I wanted to get someone more defensive on that right side. We sold Jovino for 30 million. Well, now it's obviously a different price if you change it to this. If you see Chiletto, we signed it for 30 million in these euros. So, or pounds, I should say. I've got to get used to saying it, so they'll come soon. Yeah, it's pounds. Anyway, moving in, a solid team talk. Only 2 players didn't get relaxed, and one of them was Tater, who's already on superb morale, but he's coming in for his first league match of the season, so he's another prospect. You know, I said lots of times he won that French Under-21 award, beating Carlos Fierro, so that's like a big achievement. You know, Carlos Fierro, for the last couple of years on Football Manager, he's been a very promising striker. But here we have a chance. Falcao, I bring him in late for Lucina Traore. Hopefully can score, will be good. Falcao, and that seems to be, he scores in the 10th minute. That is seeming to be a good move late, Falcao. A fantastic signing. We signed him over that 48 months in the January of the first season. Obviously couldn't play him in the Champions League in the first season because of already playing for Atletico Madrid. But then he's really coming in now and starting to score really frequently. Well, he sort of did straight away when he came in. His second season wasn't amazing, but this season he's definitely coming in. And obviously selling Giroud, we got Lucina Traore as that rotation option. But don't forget we've got Walcott as well. And some good young players. I want to give my young players a chance, but obviously I've got to be careful in the Premier League. I just want to come an unbeatable force in the Premier League. And yeah, hopefully that will happen. But Falcao again, Tater, looking for him to become very good as well. And he scores. And I want him to have a season sort of like Sarabia as well. He's someone who needs to have a breakout season. Like, he hasn't been fantastic, and that's what I need at this level. I need at least, I basically need all my players to play fantastically. But obviously that's not going to happen. You're not going to have players having their best season of their career. You're going to have, you ideally want a couple players doing that, but you're never going to have all your players going to do that. That's just not realistic that's going to happen. You got to go get close to that. You just need all your players playing well, and hopefully that'll be good. Now Chiletto, really having my first look at him, haven't really seen too much of him yet, but it's still early days at this time in the club. But Falcao again, that was a really, really close chance, and honestly, he should have finished that. That was an easy chance for him, especially being in the air as well. You know, Falcao, he's usually good with shots in the air, or chances within the air. But anyway, Sarabia, looking for him to just continue his great performances. As I showed you, almost a 9 rating. I really want him to keep it up. Maybe I've never had a player that's won the World Player of the Year or any award like that high. Well, yeah, that's the one I basically made the World Player of the Year. And ideally, Sarabia is the guy to do it, or maybe Falcao, just really depends. But Falcao or Sarabia has started the season great, so he's ideally the man to do that. So hopefully can continue this form. But last season, Andre Ayew, he started like this, but he didn't hold on to that form. But Sarabia again, yes, I just want him to keep scoring like that, so he does keep his rating up and have a chance to win that World Player of the Year, because he's definitely on that form now. If he has an over 8 rating, or over 9 rating here, he could lift that up to an average of over 9 rating in the Premier League. And like I've said, in Football Manager, I've never had a player win World Player of the Year, because I haven't never been like really dominant, like going out winning every single match, and that's what I'm doing, and I'm slowly building towards that. And also my Football Manager videos, I just enjoy Football Manager so much more than FIFA. Like FIFA, the game, it feels like really sluggish at times, and I suppose you don't really control your players in Football Manager, so that doesn't really have the chance for that to happen, so that's a good thing. And I'll just say I'm very happy with that. Just passionate, very happy. Again, a perfect performance by a lot of my players. Sophia Tater, his first match of the season in the Premier League, and he's doing fantastically. I don't really want. I would want to show you, I do want to show you all my players, but I can't. I don't want my episodes to be too long, so I'm thinking just one episode for the whole season. Maybe I'll do an update in January, and then at the end of the season of my players' attributes, how they've developed in training and that kind of thing. But leave your comments how you would like to see that, because I do want to showcase how my players are improving in training, but to show heaps of my players, I really get the feeling I want to, but when I do, I want to see someone else, I want to show someone else. But go to my past episodes so you're really updated with everyone, because I've got heaps of episodes of this over 30 now, within 3 seasons. Sarabia, I want to keep him on just to keep going with a good rating. Tater, he's still going down in his condition a little bit, so I'll just leave that for now. I'll take him off and give someone else a chance in midfield. Bernard, I'll put him on the left side. I need him to come in as well. It's really hard to play him and Sarabia at the same time. Ideally, I want Sarabia to hopefully become a centre mid, and then, but obviously then he can't get as much goals, but then that allows Bernard to come. I'll just show you him at least. Like I said, I can't show heaps, but here's one I'll show. As you can see, he looks decent if you ask me. Obviously, some low attributes like his balance, jumping, and strength, that kind of thing, but he's really amazing in other assets of his game. And yeah, hopefully can be a good winger for us, rotating with Sarabia, as I said. But also, Eduardo Salvio, he's another one. But he can also play striker or on the right side as well. So we've got a lot of ideal options. Vermaelen, anyone doing bad? No one really doing bad in defence. So I'll just leave that for now, actually. But I want to put Salvio because he's a new signing as well. But I'll swap him with Shaletto maybe. I'll swap him with Shaletto. Just give him a chance. I'll show you Salvio as well, as he's a new signing. We signed him for really cheap, actually. If you see his value, almost £15 million right there. But if you see in career stats, look how that's really cheap. If you ask me, when they signed him for that much. And yeah, that's a pretty. And he did fantastically for them. Looking at those stats right there. So hopefully can do similar stuff for us. That'll be fantastic. Like I said, he can play as striker or a winger as well. So no doubt he can be a good player for us. So I'll just leave that one more sub in case I get an injury or something like that. So yeah, now I always do this pretty much for my players that come on. I just put the assertive and no pressure. And probably, just on my experience, I'll probably say 70% of the time my players get relaxed. So as you can see there, both players getting relaxed. So that was a very good result, and especially when we're winning, there's really no reason for them to feel pressure. So yeah, that's the ideal thing to do in my opinion. And I like to see this passing percentage here to see which players are passing well. Look, Wilshere, that 96 passing accuracy, that's perfect for him as a midfielder. A Ramsey passing well, Sarabia as well, 82%, 82.5 there. Yeah, he's a very solid passer of the ball. As well, Sarabia, especially as his dribbling and pace. So there's not too many players that have the passing ability and the dribbling and pace abilities as well. So that's something that he has, like very similar to a David Silva type or a Joan Mata. He's easily in the mold of those as a Spanish player. Who should we take off here? Ramsey playing well. He's a very solid passer, good for our formation, good going forward, can score if he needs us. Well, if I need him to score, he can do that. I'll take Falcao off. Lassina Traore or Walcott. It's really hard to choose. I want to give Lassina Traore a chance. You got Salvio in there on the right side. Solid team. And my team is really developing how I like. Because if you look at the bench here, there's really quality players that can't even make the grade. Look, Theo Walcott, Koscielny, Vermaelen, Ayew. And yeah, that's just a really good start. Those players on the bench, they would start for most teams in the Premier League. They're very good quality. So that's what I've ideally wanted. And not to forget all the good regens I have coming through. I've got heaps of those, so I'm going to make a lot of money into the future because obviously I can't keep all the players, so that's definitely something good. They're a wasted chance by Eduardo Salvio. And like I said, I've really high hopes for him because he was performing really well at Benfica and he can be a very good player. And actually, I've signed him quite a few times in the past in Football Manager. I know I signed him once for sure, like in Football Manager 2010, I believe it was. Or 2009, and he was a very good signing, and obviously he was more of a younger prospect back then, like 3 or 4 years ago, and had very good potential in the game, but hopefully he still has that, and he can still grow a little bit, even though he does have the quality to do the job at the highest level already. I'm actually surprised he was transfer listed, and even though for whatever reason things don't work out, like I can still sell him on a profit most likely, because I just signed him basically what his value was at. And we kind of getting him to replace Jovino as that attacking player, but we signed Shaleto. I was saying I replaced him for Jovino, but yeah, he's a kind of different player. He's more defensive, so it's adding another player to our team. So yeah, that was very good in my opinion. I'm really happy with how my team is, and our funds are really looking good because I sold Giroud and I had that extra transfer budget, but at this stage, I'm just going to be spending it on young players to continue to build that youth. I'm slowly getting rid of the starting players in the reserves that really don't have, those players in the reserves that are pretty bad at the start in your team, and they're never going to be good enough for an Arsenal level, like a top 4 Premier League level. And as you can see, they're having a chance here after a mistake in defence, but I doubt it's going to come to anything because, again, after that was always going to happen, but you think we can hold on to the result here? Like I said, I want to build my reserves and my under-18s and just to, like how Barcelona is pretty much just into a beast youth team and reserve team, so I can have someone coming in. That's really ideal. If somehow I just have some disaster with injuries, I need good players to come in, and obviously I want to play those players in cups and stuff to give them the chance to reach their full ability. So that will be ideal. And yeah, like I said, I just want my reserve team to be beastly with young players, and eventually that will turn to profit and good players in the future. Obviously, like I said, we can't keep them all, but we're going to have to keep some, more so we're going to have to sell players, and we're going to have some. I'll keep the best ones, or which ones really suit my formation and how I like them. But anyway, for now, I'll just say I'm pleased with that. And yeah, it was a good performance, and obviously Per Mertesacker was fantastic. And who else was I talking to? Sarabia, 7.8 rating. Not amazing compared to his recent performance, but he did score. But apart from the goal, he didn't do too much. But Sophia Tater, that was a dominant midfield performance by him. And yeah, he was clearly our man of the match, and the man of the match of the whole team, or the whole game. He just dominated. If I go into the stats right here and see what he really did. If you see here, he didn't have so many passes because we took him off in the 64th minute, so I was actually surprised he got the man of the match with that. But yeah, he was a really good player. He scored and he assisted, so you can't really ask more than that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Just look at that. Ramsey, 3 key passes. He's a fantastic player, and he runs as well. Shaleto, 4 runs, dribbles past players, very good, and all of our attacking players doing that. And look at that. Mertesacker had a dribble past a player. That's how we're just dominating. Mertesacker dribbled past a player. That's crazy. Anyway, I'll just show you Ramsey. He was probably our best player in midfield, in terms of passing. Obviously, Tater got the man of the match, but Ramsey is his passing accuracy is really always high, and he's just dominant. But yeah, he's still a young player as well, only 23, and still improving in his attributes. But like I said, technically he's amazing. But yeah, that's it for now. I'll just leave it at that. Next match, I'm going to do the Champions League match against Werder Bremen playing away. Like I said, I'm going to do heaps of games to keep you feel more interested in this series. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time for more episodes in this Arsenal Let's Play.